We have taken a quick look at what we call the culture, the context. Which can just you can just share together. What is the context in the schools that you are teaching? What you like to add, you like to share, so that we can, though we are all in different schools, maybe one or two things which you feel something about the context of your students or the context of your school or your own context. Would like to share something? What are something that we need to become aware of so that it makes sense when we are preparing our lessons, when we are dealing with our students? What is the context? Anything that you like to highlight about the students of today, the students whom you have in your class?
I find that there are an increasing number of children coming from homes that are either single family, single parents,
Okay.
or they're having some sort of family issues, and some of them are, these are young children. So they've got this kind of background.
Is this you follow? Have you? Many of you are also experiencing the same thing, that many children, students coming from single families?
Yeah, increasing numbers.
Increasing numbers, okay. So that itself brings out certain issues, and these issues, they come to the classroom, which we need to address them. Okay. Anything, sir?
I think for teenagers, the most difficult part or most stressful part is the fact that their parents are on the brink of breaking up. So there's this thing about to follow mom or to follow dad, or are they going to catch up? Yeah. And I think this is, and the girls themselves quite difficult to handle. Yeah.
Okay.
I think generally, many young people in school are overindulged, demographically, probably because of the smaller family sizes, and therefore their parents overindulge them. The outcome of that is they are taken too. Parents give in to them too much, to the point that sometimes parents have to come to the school to defend them, in more ways than one, and they lack the skills to take care of themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Thank you. Any other areas you feel?
I think teachers face the challenge of having to balance what is required by MOE in terms of the grades, and also in terms of how to develop our students in the social, emotional area. So there's a constant challenge, and a lot depends on the teacher.
Okay.
How she wants to juggle that, because as a school, if I may speak for many schools, as a school, the emphasis on SEL all these years, even though MOE promotes it in different ways, whether it's character education or CME or what have you, but the emphasis has never been quite there until this SARI report. And even then, it's left to the school to figure it out. You go and figure it out how you want to juggle that. But at the end of the day, still produce the results that parents want to see.
Okay.
I think nowadays to be a teacher is very difficult now, because there are increasing demands. You want to spend time with the kid to get to know the kid more, help the kid in terms of social and emotional support. But sometimes we are so overwhelmed with work that we have to do administratively, planning of lessons, dealing with difficult parents, etc., that the focus has shifted from the student, the child, to maybe your work and other stuff that preoccupied.
Thank you.
To me, I feel that students want things instantaneously, and sense that hard work doesn't seem, they don't see the connection between hard work and results. For example, they want something now, you just press a button, right? Things occur for them. For example, you want to cook food, microwave, press one button. You want info, no need for library, press one button. So much so that it becomes even things like for sports also, where you need to actually practice those 10,000 hours or so to speak, right? But they don't see a connection there. They think, oh, maybe you can just go and try it and you will be there, instant results. So perhaps there is some lack there also in this kind of perseverance and resilience as well.
We also observed that I think they don't have a sense of gratitude. I think a lot of things are taken for granted, given that Singapore is a country that's probably engendered this kind of sense amongst the kids. So when you don't have that sense of gratitude, then the sense of appreciating what you're learning and applying it to yourself is very limited. I think that's missing also.
Is it linked to what he had just now said, that you don't have to work, you just get it and they take for granted, like parents taking care of children is okay. They not able to see the hard work, the pains, the sacrifice, because it is in a culture where you press a button, you get the information.
I think it's more than just pressing the button and getting information. They get a lot of other things as well. They are very privileged group of individuals. They have a lot of resources, opportunities, material things available to them, and they don't think twice. I think they're more likely to have a better teenage life with more goods because they don't have to pay for it. The parents are doing that. So in other words, the parents in a way are crippling them because when they work, they won't be able to cope with having to pay for all these materialistic goods. They have this idea that when they do work, it's just for their iPods or iPads or whatever the items, the materialism. It's just sometimes too much.
Okay. I just want to, we have discussed on the students. I want to enter into the context of teachers. I'm just raising the question, so I'm not biased.
Yeah.
Just that in the Singapore society, being a teacher, does it have the same social importance as other profession? You get me? If a teaching profession, is it valued as a same value, or is it as, in the eyes of the people of the society? I'm talking in terms of finance, in terms of popularity, in terms of children would say, students, I like to become a teacher. Does it have the same thing, or is it different? The world of the teacher. Let's enter into the world of the teacher.
Recently in my school there was a talk by a gentleman on planning ahead, something like career planning. And he asked amongst the students what they would like to be. One of them said teacher and the rest applauded. And I thought that was very heartening, the boys literally, very spontaneously, they applauded. So that was very heartening for teachers to know that it's not, they didn't laugh, they didn't say, oh, well, yeah.
Okay.
I think there's an overall change in the perception of what teachers are and what they can be. You can see MOE advertising so much on the television and promoting a very, very human angle to what teachers are and who they can be in the lives of the children. And I think that there's a very strong push for teachers to be recognized as a very important career in the Singapore society. But it's in the process of changing.
I think the demands on teachers are getting worse. We are being loaded with possibly every possible role that a parent, a friend, a teacher, a guidance counselor, an aunt, an uncle, a grandfather can take. A parent will come to you and says, can you do this for my child? He only listens to you. And you're like, I only have 40 minutes with the class and your child only gets 1 minute from me when I divide it. And you try your best. And I think we feel very happy when the parents are working in tandem with us. But there are some parents who come and tell you, you're not being fair to my child, you should do this, you should do that, he's an angel at home, how can you say he's a devil in class? That kind of thing. So it's very hard for us to take all these extra roles and yet be able to do well in our core ability, which is to teach. And I think sometimes the lack of respect that the parents and the students give us makes it even harder for us to carry out what we want to do.
I think it seems that only teachers can understand what teachers are going through. Sometimes when you go back and you tell like your family members or your friends about what's happening in school, they just brush it off like, you know, it's also difficult in the working life outside and in the private sector and things like that. But they don't know the different things, the different roles that we have to undertake in school. So sometimes it's a bit sad to feel that way lah. Yeah, when we're doing so much here, but it's not really recognized.
I agree with her. When I go home, my mother tells me, "You do nothing, what? Your job very easy." She said this to me, after so many years, but whatever.
Actually, it's surprising that some people still think they do a half-day job.
Yeah,
You know, what half-day only right now, Naya? Are you sure?
I think one of the reasons for this is that over the last 10 years, I think the whole requirements on teachers has escalated so much that even the outside world hasn't been able to keep track of what's happened in the life of the teacher. So a lot of parents have very old understanding of who the teachers are, what they are doing, and what they're expected to do in school. They don't have a clue on the requirements by MOE regarding like the school excellence model, the requirements for systems and processes. You have to be an excellent administrator. You need to be an excellent process thinking person and a person with writing. You have to be a good writer. She's right. There are lots of roles that teachers have to play.
I think this word holistic development is very scary. And expectations are hard.
That's why some teachers quit. And that's why MOE is constantly employing teachers. Yeah, I don't know about the attrition rate, but it's not easy
I think
to juggle the different roles.
when they compare the private sector, I always tell them, private sector you deal with one boss, you deal with a few colleagues, but in teaching we deal with 100 human beings every day. So if you can, so the minimum is the 100 students, because if you teach 3 classes a day, that makes up 120 students. Yeah. So how many of you are able to take 100 human beings every day? And that's the kind of stress level that we do, and they are all different human beings.
As teachers, do you feel, I'm just entering, professionally, this profession gives more stress, than other professions? Do you feel sometimes this is with all the demands, and then, as you said, today parents are expecting that you play the roles of everybody in the family and not the role you as the core area of teaching? Is this causing a lot of stress in the teaching world for the teachers? Feel this is causing a lot, and sometimes it is too much of demand? And do you have a voice? Do you have a platform where you are able to voice this thing to MOE? Is there some place where you all can voice? You all have some
There are
way
platforms.
where you can send an email or something like that by what is happening to us? I'm just saying this just to understand our context. Okay. So we are going to. So the context basically means for which what platform the students are coming. We try to understand today. As it was mentioned, today's students have lots of facilities because the parents are giving them. They don't want to do hard work, something continuous, something consistent, because things are right at the click of a mouse available to them. Or a couple of other things, Or the parents are pampering may be the wrong word, just making sure that their own children do not go to certain levels of stress to find out things. So they want to give them a lot of protection. So this is the background. And then we saw the world of the teacher also. A lot of expectations, a lot of things. As it was mentioned, if someone is in a profession, they have one boss, few people to deal. You have 120 to the minimum. If some parents come, it will be 120 plus 2 or 3. And not only that, it is not, you get sometimes the impression, like it was saying, still people feel, you're not doing anything much. You're not doing anything much. You're wasting your time. So, It's not something that for emotional satisfying. You get continuous support where you are in the stressful. Okay, so so the context always should be, whenever we are taking up a reflection, we must see from what background someone is talking about. What are the assumptions? What is the platform? So this is what we call the context. You got the context? Okay. The second thing in the integral pedagogy is we go to experience. And as we mentioned in the experience means whatever happens in the student experiences in the classroom. Take for example, in your lesson plan is how you present your lesson, how you teach, what technology do you use, the collaborative approach to learning, the interactive approach to the class. All this will come under what we call experience, the type of questions that you have. So we are going to spend a little time to understand what we call what experience and how we can trigger what research is telling today, the 5 learning system. Can we have that paper, 5 learning system?
Fr Norbert,
Yes.
can I just ask, in this workshop, you'll be covering how we can be using this pedagogy to help our students learn.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, what about the teacher? You know, because we are constantly asked to learn as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so surely this model is good for us as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to talk now is a learning thing where how we can learn faster, better, easier for all of us, for students and all for grown-ups also. Am I getting it? So you are saying not only for students,
But for
for
ourselves
us,
as
since we are being
educators.
told as teachers to update ourselves, we'll try to understand how we can do it for ourselves.
Yeah,
Okay?
because as educators, we are also
Yeah.
learning constantly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So
right.
helping the students learn, we need to model that ourselves.
Yeah, sure. So we're going to deal with that right now.
Okay.
Okay. So